Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football and Boomer Sooner. Brent Venables, who, had a tough first year in Norman, but it's really hard to argue that he is not just building a really, really powerful program, getting his guys that he wants, and he lands another big one, a little 2-for-1, as Dasan and Daeh McCullough commit to Oklahoma. So Daeh McCullough, he is a high 4-star, kind of a mid 4-star safety prospect. He adds to a class that is seemingly going to finish top 5 in the 2023 recruiting cycle. What's the bigger news, in my opinion, is Dasan McCullough, the older brother who was a true freshman at Indiana last year. He's a former top 100 guy in the country, commits to Oklahoma as well. So you get both the McCullough brothers, one coming in as a transfer, one coming in as a 2023 true freshman committed to Oklahoma. Before we get into the players and the impact they'll have, again, I just want to say thank you guys for the support. We talked a lot of Oklahoma football. Brent Venables, one of my favorite coaches in the country, and quite frankly, one of the programs that is most fun to talk about. Some of the best fans in the country. A program that is extremely intriguing, led by an absolutely awesome coach. And again, a tough first year, but Brent Venables needs to get the guys that he wants in this program, and he lands 2 guys that will be impact makers immediately for the Sooners. Let's talk about Dasan McCullough first. This guy, there is a lot to like about his game. You just look at the measurables. There's a reason he was a top 100 guy coming out of his class. 6'5", 225, kind of playing like that outside linebacker spot. I mean, very, very productive on an Indiana team that was very, very bad. He was one of the few bright spots. He played in all 12 games. He registered 49 total tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, and 4 interceptions, along with 3 pass breakups as well. This guy's a playmaker. He gets behind the line of scrimmage. He can blitz off the edge. He's a very, very good in space. But I really do see him as kind of I don't know, you guys remember Nick Benito, kind of a guy who's, he's not going to be kind of a heavy-handed edge rusher, but he's long and he's twitchy and he can get the edge. And I think he's going to be an immediate impact guy in a defense that Brent Venables wants to put pressure on the quarterback. And I just don't think his guys were not only used to doing that under Alex Grinch the last couple of years, he also didn't have the guys that he really wanted in there. I think Dasan McCullough is a guy that you went out, you saw his name in the portal, and Brent Venables immediately contacted him. Now, his brother, Daeh McCullough, also not really a guy. We're going to pull up his recruiting profile as well. A guy that not like turn your hat on. I mean, he has an older brother who's played college football at a high level already. Dasan McCullough at this point, kind of a proven commodity. Daeh McCullough, obviously coming in as a true freshman, probably won't be a first-year starter coming in at 349 nationally. He comes to Oklahoma over Indiana, but he's still a ball player too. 6'2", 200 pounds. He's going to play safety, also from the state of Indiana. And you take a look at this Oklahoma recruiting class. Not only are they number 1 in the transfer portal recruiting rankings, you see that number 1 spot. They also brought in Austin Stogner, coming back to Oklahoma. They also brought in a Notre Dame defensive lineman who's pretty solid. Oklahoma, with only 23 commits, is sitting at number 5 nationally in the 2023 recruiting class. And they have some really, really special athletes. Again, you talk about Jackson Arnold. I think he started like top 50, like 45 nationally. He's all the way up to a top 10 player nationally, the number 4 player at the position, a quarterback recruiting class that is very loaded. Oklahoma has seemingly got one of the better players in that class, but you're also adding a lot of speed and you're adding a lot of playmaking ability. You look at Oklahoma, they have not only a top 5 recruiting class in 2023, but they also have the number 1 transfer recruiting class. They've had a lot of guys leave this program, as you would expect after a coach leaves, like Lincoln Riley. A lot of those guys were recruited by Lincoln Riley. They committed to play in that scheme, in that offense under Lincoln Riley. Now they're leaving once Brent Venables comes in. But Brent Venables is getting the guys that he wants that is going to fit his scheme. And we saw this happen with Jim Harbaugh a little bit. When Jim came into Michigan, he was he wanted to recruit the highly ranked prospects. And then in 2018 and 2019, he started recruiting guys that fit his system, as opposed to the guys that were just ranked highly on 24/7 Sports. And the recruiting classes weren't ranked as high as Michigan had in like 2016 and 2017. But obviously the play has been much better. And I think that just goes to show that getting guys that are going to fit your scheme and the kind of guys and characters you want in your locker room means a lot. And Brent Venables probably believes in that more than anybody else, any other college coach in the country. And he gets two guys that are going to be his guys, and I think are going to fit in this defense extremely well and really do what Brent Venables wants to do. A very, very underrated and kind of under talked about pickup for Oklahoma. Not only are you getting a very, very good player who's coming in the 2023 classes, but you're getting a transfer that was one of the best true freshmen. He's an All-American true freshman. This guy played at an extremely high level for an 18-year-old kid in the Big Ten. Extremely excited to see how he looks heading down to Oklahoma. Things are looking very, very positive down in Norman under Brent Venables. Now, the next step is winning football games on the football field. But again, you get the bodies you want in there. You get the talent you want in there. The wins are going to come. I think the Sooner fans believe that. I certainly believe that. And again, this is a team that we're talking about a lot all summer because you know they're going to be making noise, not only on the recruiting trail, but also in the transfer portal. Again, we appreciate you guys checking us out. And if you like the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.